What's going on, everybody? C4 here, coming to you for a very weird, unique player grades. You know, I'm medicated right now, so get through it. I turned the game. It was the earliest I've ever turned off. I think an Eagles-Cowboy game, win or loss. I was just, you know what? It wasn't even so much I was disappointed. I had no coming into this game. All my buddies, all day long. Trying to have my Thanksgiving. How you feel with this game? Should I put some money on the Eagles? I put money on the Eagles. I put $5 on them last week. Way too far ahead of time. Because I actually thought when I put the $5 at like Amari Cooper and those guys weren't going to play. I was like, whatever, it's $5. But they said, C4, how do you feel this game? It's like, okay, well, either they're gonna make they're gonna put Dak Prescott under pressure and make him look like an average quarterback like he is, or they're gonna get humbled because you saw what if Kirk Cousins with decent wide receivers to great wide receivers between Thielen and Diggs did that. Adding Jalen Mills back to the secondary is not this big boost. You know, we didn't just trade for Jalen Ramsey, who had an outstanding day for the Rams. We didn't just trade for Marcus Peters, who also was available, who had a game-sealing pick six for the Baltimore Ravens over the Seattle Seahawks. No, we got Jalen Mills back, who got torched every single time he was put in the coverage. Whiffed on a tackle for loss on Tony Pollard. It's Jalen Mills. It's the exact same Jalen Mills that we knew he was coming in. So I said, you know what? They're going to get humbled, right? They're going to get humbled, and I hope it's bad enough. If you're Philly right now, most fans want something to change. There's something awry. There's something clogging the pipes that needs to go. I think you can start, obviously we can be super extreme. Jim Schwartz got to go. Mike Groh got to go. Complete roster overall. There's no salvaging this season. Philadelphia has gambled on a super old roster. They're always hurt. Alshon Jeffrey coming in and out of the lineup. So how much of this offense was put on the shoulders of Deshaun Jackson? Because since Deshaun Jackson's been gone, this offense that we saw in the second half against Washington, because in the first half we started out very, very slow because Mike Groh's terrible at coming up with game plans. My God, I miss Frank Reich. But we have, it literally feels like the most important piece to this offense, not named Carson Wentz, was Deshaun Jackson. And why would you put that much, gamble that much, weigh the offense that much on the shoulders of an aging, injury-prone 32-year-old wide receiver? Alshon Jeffrey's in and out of the lineup time and time again. Defensively, you always see just guys subbing in, subbing out. They can't stay healthy. This was the gamble that the Philadelphia Eagles did. And there's no fixing it. I mean, they're getting ready for an easy, I want to say easy, but is it even easy? Easy part of the schedule. We got Buffalo next week. Like, if nothing happens this week, I'm pretty sure Josh Allen, looking like a proficient quarterback next week against our terrible secondary, should be good enough to get someone fired. Even the DB's coach, Corey Unlin. Someone needs to get fired. There's point blank cleared. Someone needs to get fired. I personally would say Mike Groh for sure. He's gone. Stay in Dallas. Get a job here in Dallas. I think Jim Schwartz needs to go in the offseason. Now, the biggest thing when it comes to Jim Schwartz, I'm not going to go on some big tangent because I don't want to be here too long because I'm frustrated. I don't want to. Mike Groh, there's guys that can replace him. Right now, off the top of my head, Jay Gruden. I would hire Jay Gruden, come in and be our OC for the rest of the year. Boom. Jay Gruden, 10 times better offensive coordinator than Mike Groh. Would come in, honestly, and I think drastically improve the offensive game plan. But we're just throwing it at the wall here, just throwing names out. But another comment, I want Jim Schwartz gone, but I can't tell you for the life of me who can replace him. There's no one on the Philadelphia defensive coaching staff that I think even deserves to sniff getting promoted to defensive coordinator. Like we're in like Juan Castillo bad territory, right? The only guy I can think of, honestly, if you told me like gun to my head, here's all the people who technically could get a promotion to an NFL. It would be Brett Venables at Clemson. And defensive coordinators, especially at Clemson, he getting paid top money. I don't know if he would even have any interest whatsoever on making the jump. But with everyone going towards a college offense, everyone wants that flashy, fast-paced offense. Stop getting DCs that were calling plays in the 90s. Everything's drastically different. It's outdated. It's not working. Get a guy like Brent Venables, knows how to stop the college offense. I feel like that might be your best luck. But I don't know. That's definitely something that I want to see in the comment section because I know there's probably a lot of frustrated Eagle fans right now. Who replaces Jim Schwartz? Obviously, there's probably some positional coaches in the NFL right now, but I honestly, at the top of my head, don't have that coordinator. Let's just get in the player grades, man, and get out of here. I will say, I don't want to just hate the Cowboys, despise the Cowboys. They deserve to win this game. Easily deserve to win this game. The only drive Philly had to do something, the refs, I'm not going to say the refs helped them because it was very much legitimate penalties, but, the only big drive we've had was 2 big penalties are the reason why we got down the field. And while that is on the Dallas Cowboys and lack of discipline. They did nothing. Dallas destroyed, dominated the line of scrimmage. Dak Prescott was, honestly, not that great, but he was good enough to win. And Carson Wentz was hung out to dry. Carson Wentz was their best player again on the offensive side of the ball. And none of our wide receivers got open. The fumble, the offensive line did not play well. Lane Johnson talked a big game, has dominated DeMarcus Lawrence throughout his career. Not today. Let's get in the grades here, though, so I can get out of here. Carson Wentz right now, everything's updated. It's 37-10 now. It was 27-10 when I stopped watching. Carson Wentz, 11-19, 151 yards, touchdown, a pick. I didn't see his pick. I couldn't tell you if it was a bad throw or not. I'm going to guess off the top of my head, he probably forced it because no one's getting open. Trying to play superhero ball because no one else is helping him. I'm going to Carson Wentz a B. He was solid, no help. Run the ball, Jordan Howard, 11 carries, 50 yards. Miles Sanders had 6 carries, 21 yards. Again, you look at this and say, why isn't Jordan Howard getting more carries? He's averaging the same amount yards per carry as Ezekiel Elliott is, yet he has way less carries. And I get, the Cowboys are playing with the lead. They're going to run the ball more. But Philly's game plan was running the ball. This whole game, even when they were down. That third quarter, they opened up and they just ran the ball. It was an 8-minute drive that ended up in a field goal, even though they were down. Like, you absolutely can't have that happen whatsoever. But if you are going to run the ball, run it with the efficient back. Jordan Howard, 11 carries, 50 yards. He's getting a B+. He's the best player not named Carson Wentz right now on this offense playing. And yet Miles Sanders gets just dumb carries, don't work, like a sub. And these are the same people that want Deuce Staley to get promoted to something, anything. If they fire Mike Groh, it's probably going to promote Deuce Staley. Not going to solve anything. Deuce Staley should have been fired back when Chip Kelly was here. His running back rotation is dog shit. Wide receivers, Dallas Goedert, 4 catches, 69 yards and a touchdown right now. Also had a very costly fumble. I'll give him C+. The touchdown was good. The fumble was tough, but I think it was more of a great play by Dallas than it was Dallas Goedert. But anytime you fumble, you're gonna have some issues. Alshon, 2 catches, 38 yards. He's just so slow, man. Alshon Jeffrey, he's too slow. Absolutely too slow. Zach Ertz, 2 catches, 38 yards, non-existent. Nelson Aguilar's bad. Man, it's so depressing. Like, how is everything? Why is there so much on Deshaun Jackson? Jalen Mills had an interception. I didn't see that. I assume that was probably a bad Dak Prescott pick, an overthrow or something like that. Defense. Nate Gary led the team 11 tackles. Linebackers suck. They couldn't stop the run here at all day. Malcolm Jenkins had back-to-back terrible. He had a terrible game last week. Terrible game this week. He got ran over by Ezekiel Elliott. I don't know what he's doing. Jalen Mills, 8 tackles. That's great when your corners have all these tackles, right? That's the strength of your team. We got a sack from Fletcher Cox. Hassan Ridgeway has a sack. Derek Barnett has a sack. It's just not good enough. Defense is nothing right now on this team is good enough. I don't know if we get Deshaun Jackson back against Buffalo. That's almost a must-win. We're going to be 3-4. Buffalo's 4-4. I'm glad I didn't buy. I was on the fence this year about going maybe to Buffalo, going to the Eagles game in New England. Thank God I didn't spend money like that. Right now, Canadian dollar, it would have been like $2,000, $3,000 trip to see this shit. I turned it comes down to defensive grade, D, not good enough. Definitely not good enough. There's no fixing it. I haven't been, if you've been paying attention in my videos, I'm not making big my expectations after, not the Atlanta loss. The Atlanta loss was tough because of all the injuries, but after that Detroit Lion loss, my expectations for this entire season went right out the window. Like right now, I think you look at that team on paper, that's an 8-win team. 7-9, 8-8, somewhere in that. They're not good enough. They are not good enough. How do you fix it? No idea. The roster's too old. Howie got his nuts snipped off by not Jalen Ramsey. Would Jalen Ramsey drastically change around this defense? A lot of people are saying no. One player. We're not one player away. But remember Dallas last year? They were terrible on offense, right? They got one player in Amari Cooper. And down that stretch, Amari Cooper sparked that team, that offense, to put it all together. He was that one missing piece that made everything else work. They paid top dollar to get Amari Cooper. Not as expensive as what Jalen Ramsey would have cost, but it's the same premise. And you look here on the defense. We have Jalen Ramsey back there. We give up 37 points. I don't know. That Rams defense looked a little bit better this week. Obviously, different opponent. Dallas is better than whoever the hell the Rams are beating up on. But the Falcons suck. But, you know, it's just one of those things, man. It's an old roster, and there's nothing good about Eagles football right now. I don't look forward to watching Eagles football. It's boring. Above all right now. I was bored this game. I've been bored in almost every Philadelphia Eagle game this year. It's just uninspired, bad play calling, lack of execution, just watching one player on offense and Carson Wentz try and do everything himself because he's not, like, it's not a Jameis Winston scenario where Jameis Winston plays hero ball and constantly throws back. This is a vastly different, because Jameis Winston plays hero ball, and more often than not, he has Chris Godwin or Mike Evans. One of those two guys is getting open. He still finds a way to turn it over. Carson Wentz would die to have a Chris Godwin, would die to have a Mike Evans. But no, we got Alshon Jeffrey, who runs a 5.040. Nelson Aguilar, covered in missing two hands. He's covered in baby butter. And, you know, we have a second-round pick in J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Can't get on the field right now. So that's awesome. Philly sucks. We got Buffalo next week. All I can say is hopefully someone gets fired. And if not, Philly's defense is going to make Josh Allen look like a top 10 quarterback. And that should be a fireable offense within itself. And congrats to Dallas on the big win. I mean, Dallas 4-3, Philly's 3-3 or 3-4. They're still in it. I'm not giving up on the season, but you know, if getting whooped by Dallas on national TV doesn't inspire change to what we've already seen this season, nothing will. And you know, we'll wrap it up with this. I feel like this is the best way to wrap it up because you're like, whoa, C4, you're not true. You turn the game off. If Philly's not willing to change what that on-field product is, I'm not going to watch it. If you're going to keep putting out this thing that I already know what's going to happen. You know, I know, the corners are going to struggle. Oh, we're going to get a lot of QB pressures, but not actually get there. Oh, they're going to start out super slow. Oh, Jordan Howard's going to look good, and then they're just going to take him out. If they keep making these same dumb-ass mistakes time and time again, I'm just not going to watch it. It hurts my brain. It hurts my brain. I'm not going to watch it until some changes are made. So that's where I'm at. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of you guys got a field day in the comments. But luckily, I got this video up a little bit earlier than usual, and I can go to bed and have a good day tomorrow. So I hope everyone else has a good day. I'll see you later. Peace out.